You are now tuned in with the Real Spill Podcast. Dtop, 4-way, and our special guest, Raw.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, comment, all of that. You heard?
Let's go.
How you doing today, dog?
Man, I'm doing great, man. How y'all doing today, man?
Can't complain, dog. Can't
That's what I'm
complain.
saying.
All is well,
That's
all is
what
well,
I'm
all is
saying.
well.
That's what I'm saying. All praises due.
You already know that.
Every time. Feel me?
You already know. But for the people that don't know you, let them know your backstory, who you are, where you came from, and just what you're about.
Okay. So, first of all, my name Raw. I go by Raw. Real name Denzel. You know, the ones that know me for real. I'm from Maryland, the DMV. If you're from the city, shout out. I've been living in Florida since about 10 years old, so this is definitely a second home, man. And just being being bad led me here. But now that I'm older, I'm very thankful for where I've been led in life. Um, I, you know, I met my brother here through football,
Yes,
and that's in
sir.
high school. So a lot of people knew me from high school and just being an athlete. But now I done took it to another level. Like it's not just about sports and physicality; it's about the mental as well. Yeah, man. So I guess more I can say about myself is just I'm a very aware person. I recognize patterns, whether it's my own, whether it's the system that I'm tied to at the moment. You know what I mean? Uh, just patterns, man. Pattern recognition, and just really, like taking that to the next level. Like when you watching a superhero show, they might start off with these amount of powers, and then by the second episode, second season, their powers went to this level. Do y'all are y'all French fries? Are they made in its own oil, or is it made in the same oil as the chicken? If you know.
It's in the same oil as the chicken.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I was a vegan for a little bit, so like
So
I
you
get
know,
it.
you
Yeah.
know,
You don't play, you don't play.
bruh.
Dog,
Everywhere.
I never heard nobody ask that question, dog. I swear to God,
You
dog.
feel me? So that's a perfect example. Just being aware of your surroundings. Ask if you don't know, gang. And a lot of people assume, oh yeah, bro, that's French fries, bro. I'm vegan. I'm good. You see, she just said they make them fries in that chicken grease.
Yeah. So where you feel like this awareness came from?
The environment I grew up in. I feel like I feel like a lot of us have this awareness, bro, but we're gonna start turning certain things into different things than what it is. Like just certain things that are, I want to say, culture to us, like, or just like not even culture to us, but a part of our culture, like what we identify as superstition or myths. You know what I'm saying? But growing up in with a different nation, we look at life through their lens, and we assume that a lot of the things that are lifestyles to us are superstition. So when we get older and things that we taught were superstition, we start to go through as we get older. Like, hold on, how can I walk down the street, have both headphones on, and feel somebody walking behind me? But that's outside of the senses that they taught you. So it's either they was lying, or just regardless of whether they was lying or that's things that people might experience differently in life. That's things that I pick up on. So certain stuff like that when it happens, I'm just like, what's that? How come I can feel somebody walking up behind me and nobody's there? What sense is that? That's obviously taking things into the spiritual side now. So those questions I always had, but I never did research into these things until I got into my senior year, freshman year of college. This is 2019 going into 2020. Funny though, like you said, brother, that's when you had your awakening. A lot of people had their awakening around the same time. And I tied it yesterday, but we're gonna get later into it later on. The sun alters consciousness. The end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020, that is when the sun entered a new solar phase, spewing out or having solar flares of all type of just cosmic energy coming from the sun directly being shot at Earth. And if the sun is in a new solar phase, that means the energy that is being spewed out is new energy that we've never experienced on this planet. Furthermore, if we've never experienced this type of things on the planet, I mean, it's bringing a new level of consciousness to the planet. Feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
It go back to what you were saying about like almost like saying like we have powers.
we do.
You see what I'm saying?
Like the senses, we will look at Superman or Spider-Man. Spider-Man, perfect example. If Spider-Man was walking down the street right now, got headphones in, a villain walking up on him behind, we're gonna be watching the movie like, yo, turn around, turn around. Spider-Man gonna sense it, he gonna turn around, we're gonna think that shit cool.
Spidey senses.
Spidey senses. We have Spidey senses, we do it all the time, and we don't think nothing of it. That's the problem. Like, it happens, and even if we acknowledge that that's crazy, people just leave it at that.
Do you think
And then go on about their day-to-day lives. You feel me? Like they'll have something that is magical to them. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're back to reality, which is somebody else's reality, though. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like other places around the world, what we identify as superstition is natural day-to-day life for them. So life is more magical and more spiritual to them. To us, things are more dry. Like it's more dumbed down over here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's dumbed down to the fact where you don't look at life in a magical sense. And that is our power because we manifest at a high level, especially our women. You feel me? So if we manifest at a high level, a way to slow down your manifestations is dumbing down and putting your imagination in a box. If you even think outside the box or you're an outside the box thinker, but you look at certain things as superstition or no matter what I do, long as I believe that this is like the ritual thing. Ritual does not require belief, it requires repetition. So no matter what you think, if you're participating in a ritual and you're just like, oh, well, I know I believe in the Most High, nothing gonna happen to me. No. Participate in that, because the thing is, people don't think that these things are real. They think magic is not real. Magic is 100% real. And, you know.
You think people are scared of their power?
100%.
Why?
Because they haven't been taught it. So anything unknown to a lot of people is scary. Feel me? A lot of people, even things that they know are beneficial to them, they get scared to do it because it's something different. They scared to start something different and stop their what's usual to them. And the people that are not scared to step outside of that bubble and to basically just challenge the norm, they get turned down when it comes to their family. So like, you know, they talking about certain things they could do, their family members laughing at them. A lot of people ain't got that heart or that mind to stay through the course, stay course. But then you meet brothers and sisters, you know, saying that's like us, that's gonna stay the course. And when you stay that course, now you see life from a third person point of view. Now that's like going back to when we was talking about how did I become aware of, or just how did I start seeing life once I was aware that I was not accepting love. You feel me? I had to look like it wasn't an immediately third point of view. It's like once I realized the pattern, like I did something again in a situation, and I'm like, hold on. I remember even being in a situation like that, and I low key reacted the same. You feel me? The next time something like that came up, I was aware of it. Like, oh shit, this is a very similar situation. Let me react different. Whether I react the same or not, the fact that I was aware of where I am in this loop, I'm not gonna break the loop until I react different. Now I have a different experience. But even then, that experience is going to be a norm for a while until it doesn't, it doesn't, what's the word? It not perform for me. It doesn't benefit me no longer. So that's why people always realize like, yo, no matter what level you on, it's always going to be a new hardship than before. So like, you got a hardship right now. You got two hards to choose from. You could be broke. You can go through the hardship or the easy part of being lazy and then deal with being broke. Or you can go through the hardship of putting in the work and enjoy the labor of living luxury. You know what I'm saying? Either way, it's a hard. Choose which hard you want. But this is the problems that we faced with right now today, right? You got a lot of people who's being told that these things are supernatural, and then you're being fed things that are dumbing down your genetics, shutting off your genetics. These people know our genetics and anatomy in and out, like the back of their hand. You get what I'm saying? Your melanin is worth 10 times more than gold. They go to war for gold, right? You don't think they're going to war for you? You don't think they go to war for casualties? These folks is not going to war like they used. Like, they know energy is everything, man.
So you think that's what? You think that's why they be trafficking people? Like they
100%. And this is like to stay on the page of the magic, right? Back in the day, you had real deal warriors. Whoever was the leader or the president or the general or the army, they're in the front line. Front line. As of right now, you got heads of government that are calling shots and they're using us as pawns. So if you know anything about blood sacrifices, anything that is planned at a specific time, at a specific location,
I'm listening though.
these people don't know what they fighting for. We do though. You know what I'm saying? Like as if we was the rulers and stuff like that, we know what these people fighting for. And a lot of the times these government officials are in cahoots with each other. So when they go into war, these are blood sacrifices. When that blood spill into the land, thousands of bodies is spilling into the land. That is a blood sacrifice. When you look into Roman civil rituals, you'll realize that there's a lot of things that high priests, regular people, partake in rituals as, and then these officials, government officials, bring these things to the public. And a lot of times the public don't know, but the public is participating in ritual. And again, ritual does not require your belief, homie. It requires your participation. So if you did not choose your own rituals, somebody chose for you. And as a people, we did not choose our own, and we're following it behind another nation that's giving us rituals to gods that we don't know nothing about.
Why you feel like people are stuck in following rituals?
One, us as a people, we're stuck with this government and think that whatever they do is us as well. Not to leave off topic, but the Dark Ages. Y'all heard about that before? Y'all thought that was the whole world, right?
Yeah.
Well, I thought personally it was the whole world. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't the whole world. It was them. Because somebody brought them out of the Dark Ages. And it was us. So when I'm in the mind space of thinking that the US government is me and they're my people and they're got my best interest in heart, guess what? I think that everything that they're talking about right now is in conversations to me. So when they're talking about we went through dark ages, they're talking to themselves. But I thought that we was all of us together as a whole. Not the case. No. Their government is theirs, ours is ours, and we don't even have one yet. So we up underneath them, and we wonder why we get treated like stepchildren. We wonder why all this trillions of dollars we giving to them, they're giving away to European countries. They're Europeans. Don't let the name white fool you, gang. They still belong to a nationality of people. So when it comes to, and that question was about
Why you feel like we stuck in rituals?
that ritualistic participation of ours also comes from not knowing our own rituals that we once partook in. Once we don't know the rituals that we once partook in, you don't have no grounds of spirituality. So whatever these people tell us that ours was, we think it was. You feel me? And like that's a part of the brainwashing that took place. And indoctrination. You feel what I'm saying? So like it's real important to just like clue. You got these things that okay. To get back to go to the basics, I didn't want to take this route, but I don't know if you want to cut the video and make it like this, bro. But gotta do it to y'all ass, bro.
It's real spill podcast. Everything on here It's real authentic and it's real. We ain't cutting out nothing.
Okay.
You feel me? It's straight from the pot, it's straight from the source, straight from the plant.
And I'm finna give it to him like this then.
Nothing synthetic.
I'm finna give it to him like this then. Once it started with religion, and don't beat me up, y'all. But there was a war that took place. You are not just accidental slaves, you're slaves for no reason. But prisoners of war. Also, the new age slavery that we're thinking about of color and things like that, like that's the newest form of slavery. Slavery before is if our tribes go against each other, whether we're looked at as the same people or not from the same continent, if we're from the same tribe, we have differences and we have a fight and we go to war. People that are, I surrender, you're a slave, you have servitude. And it's documented that a lot of those people was treated very nice and only had certain times, like a certain period of time for slavery. It wasn't about skin color. It wasn't about, it was always prisoners of war. If you was a prisoner of war, you became a slave to somebody. Feel me? They turned this shit into a color game and we're playing with it. We're playing right in it. So when it starts with religion, what I mean is when you hear about the stories of we're getting raided by these European countries, feel me? And we're hiding historical books and religious books and stuff like that. What do y'all think that was for? Why do you think they just hiding books? Because y'all heard about the books that was being burned, right? Okay, so if they was burning religious books and also recreating, and what I mean by recreating is they altered the Bible. They altered the Bible in the Council of Nicaea. In the council, they had a conversation of what they're about to be having, basically what they agree or disagree to include in the Bible. Who are you to sit down and say this is biblically correct and not biblically correct? And why I also have a bigger problem with that is the religion wasn't there to be chopping and screwing, but they did it. Let me show you something. A lot of people always say, you know, Christianity was already in Egypt or was already in Africa before it came to the West. You feel me? So supposedly the statement is we've been on Christianity before Europeans brought it over here to us. False. Not fully false though. You're kind of right, but let me show you where the separation and the funny games begin. Why do they have over 10 more books, over 10 more stories inside of their Bible? How come they still partake in certain rituals and ceremonies that was from the religion that they actually got theirs from? So if Christianity and Islam come from Judaism, how is Christianity so far off in ritual practice than Islam and Judaism and the Christianity form that is actually in Africa? So if Africa is actually practicing Christianity, whatever's being practiced over here is not that.